And he has gone on to work with international sensations such as Spoek Mathambo and Shane Cooper. Born Samkelo Lelethu Mdolomba, but known in the music industry as Samthing Soweto, the singer, songwriter, vocal composer and arranger composed The Soil's Joy, which earned a placement in a popular television commercial with international candy company Cadbury. Well, Samthing Soweto performs at the Soweto Theatre on the 25th of February, and he joins us now to tell us more about what we can look forward to at the Soweto Theatre. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Morning.
Take us through the musical journey and what you've been up to in the past couple of months or so. I believe you're performing in Newtown in January, at the end of January.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. What have you been up to?
Yeah, I performed last year, December on the 11th. It was one of the greatest shows I've ever done because I was playing a new sound that I've never actually worked on before.
Yeah.
And it gave me, that performance was such a success that it gave me the confidence to actually record an album due for release on the 25th of this month at Soweto Theatre. Yeah.
Let's talk about that sound. How would you describe it and why? What was the inspiration behind taking a different direction?
Well, it's very R&B-ish, soulful. I play with instruments this time, with instrumentalists. I've never really done that before, hence my background in a cappella mostly. And when I had the opportunity to work with these guys that I'm working with right now, it really gave me the confidence that I could take it forward. So that's the sound right now. It's very R&B-ish.
Yeah. Well, what's been the response to that sound?
It's great. It's great. Yeah, it's great. And, you know, some of my old material that I once wrote for, designed for a cappella music, I'm using in this music. And it's really good. People are accepting it really, really nicely. Partially because, you know, now that I'm singing about love and other things, that love lost and all that, it kind of makes sense now because I'm so old.
Yeah.
So I look the part now. Because when I wrote it at first, some of these songs, I wrote them when I was very young, like 19, 20. So yeah, it didn't really connect with the audience, but now I feel like because I'm so old, they trust me to understand these emotions that I'm writing
But
about.
do you think you needed to go through all that other sound, experiment with all that other sound before you found yourself with this particular one? And does this one particularly feel comfortable?
Yeah, it's I wouldn't say it, I mean it is comfortable because I'm doing it and I love doing it, but yeah, I had to go through many other sounds to actually find this sound. But it wasn't planned.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing about this sound. It's just, I had a show on the 11th. I had taken a 2-year break, not performing as much as I normally would. And when I came back on the 11th of December, I had to prepare a new show. I felt like I had to prepare a new presentation that people have never seen before. And I called to the guys and Ubafana, who plays keys, Unzig, who plays guitar, and you know Nomtu, who plays like bass, to help me out with this, and they did, and the show was amazing. It was such a success at the platform, a place in Newtown. Yeah, so it was such a success. It was so great that we decided, we're gonna cut a project, an album for release on the 25th, which is like the biggest show I've ever played so far. Yeah.
So what can we look forward to at Soweto Theatre?
Soweto Theatre is going to be a show compiled of, I'm going to be performing like old songs, done anew, and new songs. And I'm also dropping the album on the day that I've been recording from the 11th till the 25th. I mean,
that's a short space of time.
People say that, but I feel like at this point, I'm just working by experience. I've been doing this for such a long time that I understand how to cut out all the unnecessary processes and just get to the gist of it. So yeah, we're really working at it, and it's also experimental sound. So there isn't much pressure to make it sound usual, because it's not. You know, the sound itself is very, like I said, it has tones of R&B-ish and soul, but really it's just new.
And, you know, composing is something that's very close to your heart as well.
Yeah.
That's something that you do a lot more, you know, and as I said in the intro, you compose Joy, The Soil. What is it about composition that is so close to your heart?
It's just freedom. You know, it's freedom to work with a clean slate, to start something that no one else is expecting you to start, to finish something that no one else is really looking at you to finish. It's really just the freedom of it. I've always enjoyed things that do not restrict you, do not restrict your ability to think, do not restrict you. So I just love the form of non-rules when composing, because you could start a song at a very dim and very low place and end it at a very high place, or vice versa, or just carry it mellow until from the start to the end. So I really enjoy that. I enjoy the control, because in life I feel like we have very limited control over other things in our other aspects of our lives, but in music I feel like you could literally create something from nothing.
From scratch.
From scratch and see it through.
All right, so what happened with you in this one?
Nothing.
Yeah. You just decided to walk away?
It was more of a business thing, me not understanding business at the time, because we got signed, we were very young when we got signed. And there were certain things that, you know, I couldn't come to terms with as far as the business of the music. So hence I took a step away from that. But yeah, I did invest in the music before leaving. I made sure that everything that I could do at the time was done, like composing like 8 of the 12 songs that they have on their first album, making sure that everything in that regard, because that's what I do. I create art, and for the first few years of my career, that's what I was passionate about over anything else. So yeah, I did that.
And the Fridge?
The Fridge was an experimental band that we started. How do you know these things?
I've been doing this for a while.
Okay, so The Fridge was an experimental band that we started in Melville, and we did it for like 4 years. It was great, but life kind of took control of us. Band members had to have families. Some had to relocate to like New York, Nigeria. So yeah, we kind of had to stop it because of distance and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no beef between you and the Soul.
There's no beef between me and anyone.
Yeah. You guys are okay.
Yeah, like I'd like to believe that.
Yeah. So we must ask them.
No, I mean, I'm sure they'll say the same thing. Because if there were beef, I mean, they've had so many opportunities to speak about such beefs in the media and whatnot, and I don't think they've ever said anything of the sort. So, I mean, last time we spoke, we were fine. We're still fine.
And you'd share the stage with them.
Yeah, why not? They're an amazing group, and why wouldn't I?
Yeah. All right. What time? Enough of the show now. Enough. It's not about them now. It's about you and Soweto Theatre.
Yeah.
What time do you start? Ticket prices. Give us all those details.
Ticket prices are 100 Rand a seat, a head, I guess. And we're starting at 8 Saturday on the 25th of February. It's going to be a great show. Tickets are selling real quick. I have a feeling they're going to sell out before the 25th. So people can actually buy them on web tickets or at the box office at Soweto Theatre. I'm going to be dropping the album there.
What have you decided to call it? The album?
Valamehlo.
Valamehlo.
Yeah.
Why?
Because like if you looked at me when I was performing, it just happens that every time this music plays, I close my eyes, and at some point I was closing my eyes and I could see the band members were also closing their eyes. So I was like, oh, this inspires people to close their eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I call it Valamehlo.
It's an interesting title. Samthing, thank you so much.
Thank you.
His real name, the name on his ID, Samkelo Lelethu Mdolomba, but he goes by Samthing Soweto, singer, songwriter, vocal composer, and arranger. He's at the Soweto Theatre on the 25th of February, upcoming performance there, and he will be working, accompanied by Ntsikelelo on guitar, Bafana on keys, and Mtutuzi Matebula on bass. All right, let's take a quick ad break. We're back after this. Stay with us.